pretty much do small fire in this category, which is a pretty race safe strat to do. But it looks like they will be grabbing the mushroom at the start of 1-1 here. So it looks like they will be powering up in 1-2 as well. So they'll have a big fire for the remainder of the run. As long as they don't get hit, of course. But
Right. You think they'll do, let's see here. Now, I guess they'll finish the power-ups in 1-2, like you said. So I was wondering if they would do 1-3, but no, they'll probably go with 1-2.
Yeah. Normally, when they grab the power-up in 1-1, they would get it in 1-2. Although sometimes people can go for different strats as well. Like, they can probably grab the mushroom in 1-2 just to take a safety hit throughout the level. But as we can see here, they both get the fire flower. So yeah, different variations of power-ups you can get in World 1. So normally the fast route would be 1-3 and 1-4. But this is the more safer way, especially in a tournament setting, because you want to make sure that you don't want to lose too much time against your opponent.
Exactly, and it's nice to avoid the pipe jump hurdles there too. I know I always decide to forego those pipe jumps.
Yeah, the pipe jumps can be pretty scary, especially when you're small. So that's why we usually like to have either fire, or you can just go for the regular mushroom and, I guess go for a damage boost against one of those piranha plants.
Sure.
Yeah, but this is going pretty well so far. They're not that far off, actually.
Like I said, consistency. That's just, these two guys are incredibly consistent. So I expect to see a lot of that. Hopefully, no commentators curse either.
Oh yeah. That can always be a thing for sure.
Oh.
All right, so we got 1-4 here, which is our first castle level of mini. So we're gonna see. Mr. Cab looks like he got a bad fire bar there, so you have to wait it out a little bit.
Yeah, that can happen depending on how the first room plays out.
No big deal. Still managed to shoot down Bowser. It takes 5 fireballs to kill Bowser to uncover an imposter. And off to 2-1 we go. So which level do you think would be a big issue for either of these runners?
I know that 5-4, with the exception of the Royal Good Bar strat, I know 5-4 can sometimes be a pain, aka the gatekeeper. But of course the water levels too, depending on your strengths, in 2-2 and 7-2. I mean, those could be another gatekeeper. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm pretty much going in the same route as well. Also, I would probably say 6-4, depending on what kind of Potoboos and Firebars you get. Of course, there is a safe strat you can do as well to manipulate those, but sometimes they can still be a little dicey. I still feel like 7-4 can also be a gatekeeper because it's a maze level, and it is very easy to loop the maze. So it can be pretty scary, especially like this deep into a run.
You know, it's interesting. You mentioned the maze. I find it's more difficult whenever you're small versus big. Have you found that to be the case too?
Actually, I found it to be easier when you're small. Whether it's
Gotcha.
whether it's like just regular small Mario or small fire Mario, I feel like it's still pretty doable to do. But when you're big fire, it's like, especially in the second section of the maze, that can be, that can be pretty atrocious at times, depending on what kind of strat you go for.
So far, this is clean. They're neck and neck.
Yeah, they're not that far off, so it's pretty good so far. We will be seeing those problematic levels a little later in the run, and also nice cheap kill by Mr. Cab there.
Yeah, that was smooth. I mean, these things can be incredibly difficult to dodge. Depending on the frame rule that these guys are on, those cheeps can be right in your face.
Yeah, it can be pretty finicky at times, especially with hitboxes, which we all know and love.
Oh, yes.
Alright, so we got 2-4 here. Pretty straightforward level. You don't have to worry about the fire bars all too much. There is that platform jump, though, that can be kind of scary, especially when you're big fire Mario, going for those duck jumps.
The platform jump can be really finicky. Sometimes you'll hit it, sometimes you just completely clear it and don't touch it at all. And depending on how that plays out, it can make for a difficult 2-4.
Yeah. Also, beautiful 2-4 by both runners here, getting a 261.
That was good.
Heading into 3-1, which is Darbian's favorite level.
It is a fun level. You get to have your first take on sniping, and it's a lot of fun just to explore some sniping in this level.
I feel like this is actually a pretty good level to practice like your fireball shots, especially when it comes to shooting down the fire or the piranha plants. Just to understand the ascension and the descension of your jump, and then shooting the fireball to understand where the trajectory will go. It's a really good practice level.
It's like Mr. Cab got a few fireworks there.
Yeah, I had a bit of trouble on the stair jump there, which we call stair boss. But it's okay. Like, he still has fire intact. Okay,
yeah, stair boss gets the best of us.
Oh yeah, oh it totally does. Alright, pretty smooth level from LK. Same for Mr. Cab. Beautiful. Yeah. Alright, we got 3-3. We got another treetop level here.
Sonic, you want to talk about the clip in 3-3 where you can go through, I'll let you explain it.
Okay, so those platforms are actually really thin, so if you're like very close to it, you can actually jump through the bottom of the platform. It only works with Big Fire or just regular Big Mario. Like, basically you gotta be big for it. But it does not work with Small Mario. So it's actually really interesting, like, how you can jump through that.
Yeah, I think I first saw you do that maybe last year sometime, and it blew my mind.
Yeah. It's just for show mostly. Like,
yeah.
Doesn't really gain or lose time.
So they're probably going to play 3-4 safe, it looks like here. The Potaboos can be pretty vicious without knowing what they're going to do.
Yeah. Well, LK with the 256 and Mr. Cab with the 257. Still not that bad, you know, especially with the kind of patterns that they received for the Potaboos.
Yep.
4-1, which is, in my opinion, probably the easiest level of the game.
Yeah, you can actually breathe for a moment, get a sip of water, and carry on.
Yeah, it's like, you see that Lucky dude up there? He may be a distraction, but his aim is really off, so it's like, nothing to worry about.
Alright, Sonic and chat, top route or bottom route for these runners? What do you think?
I'm gonna guess top route for both.
Yeah, I think I am too. Top route.
Let's see if that comes true here. Oh, LK's going bottom. There we go. Oh.
Things got real.
Let's see what Mr. Cab's gonna do. He's gonna go top route.
Okay,
so we got 1 out of 2.
You know. That just tells me I shouldn't play the lottery.
Yeah, but I give LK props for that, because it's actually really it's a fun route to go on the bottom, especially with all the enemies you got to deal with. But
it is,
and sometimes it can get pretty dicey as well. So
it's kind of a swag route, really. You know, it doesn't save any time, right, compared to the top route.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so Sonic, I'll pick on you again. You want to explain Sky Boots for this level?
So in Sky Boots, you have to hold right the entire time, and you cannot slow down at all. And then there is a specific spot on the last platform you have to jump from, and you'll see a pixel of sky underneath Mario. That'll give you the frame rule for the level. If you don't get it, it'll just give you a regular transition, and you actually lose time in the stage.
I sometimes get it, sometimes don't.
I believe LK got it. I wasn't sure if Mr. Cab got it. I didn't get a quite good look at that.
Yeah, I missed it too.
So anyways, we got 4-4 here, which is the first maze level of the game. Both of them going the correct route. You can also do a clip as well, which does save about 2 to 4 frame rules, depending on how you play it. The 4 frame rules is actually really hard to get. Cosmic's gotten it before. 3 is like usually the standard to get, like what you want to aim for if you want to go for the clip. But 2 is also good enough too. But
Mr. Cab got up close and personal there with Bowser, it looked like, but he got out unscathed.
Yeah, that was a little scary there for him, but
yeah,
still managed to keep his fire, so that's good.
5-2. This bullet can be very unruly at the beginning. We'll see how it plays out, and I hope it's favorable. Again, don't want to do commentator's curse.
Yeah, I think they're gonna probably wait it out just to make sure it doesn't shoot. Let's see what they do. Oh, it's shot for LK. Whew. That was a close call.
That was.
All right, Mr. Cab.
Oh, he challenged it.
Challenged it, and he gets the bullet bill to shoot at the last second.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Crazy.
Very close. LK had to slow down there to avoid the 6. Mr. Cab does bonk into the platform there, so he's going to have to slow down as well so he doesn't get the 6.
Bullet bill with questionable intent. Exactly, Chicken Whisper.
There we go. LK doing a buffer jump at the beginning of 5-3. So the way how the buffer jump works is that right before the level begins, you can hold the A button, and Mario will just have like this ice skating animation for like about 10 in-game seconds. I feel like it's cosmetic, but it actually does help out in various situations. So it's actually a really nice strat to go for.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so here we go, 5-4. I'll let you explain this one, Goofy.
Alright, so this level can be really tricky, but with this strat that Royal kind of popularized, Royalty, you can wait at the beginning under the power-up block until the timer reads 292, and then whenever you start moving right at that point, you get good bars every single time. So your only obstacle from that point moving forward is just the Podoboos at the end, and if you play those safe, you can usually navigate 5-4 pretty well.
Yeah, both of them did very well in 5-4. Heading into 6-1, which is another quote-unquote free level. Technically like 4-1.
Yeah, it's not too bad. The Lakitu's just, he tries to be intimidating, but he can't hurt you.
Yeah, very nicely done from both LK and Mr. Cab there.
The best level in the whole category right here. 6-2.
Yes, 6-2, exactly. So this is pretty much fire flower practice for you.
It really is. So Mr. Cab looks like he had a little bit of a stumble there, but he's recovered pretty nicely.
Yeah, it's very good there.
Oh! We'll have to see if Mr. Cab recovers power-ups coming up here.
And he gets 3 fireworks on top of that. So I guess we should explain fireworks since we haven't already. So if you get a 1, 3, or a 6 on the timer, you'll get 1, 3, or 6 fireworks respectively. Getting 1 firework doesn't really cost any time. But if you get like 3 fireworks, it costs roughly a second, and then 3 or 6 fireworks will cost around 2 to 3 seconds. So it looks like Mr. Cab is foregoing the mushroom in 6-3. I wonder if he'll power up in 6-4 or if he's going to remain small.
Yeah, or even if he waits till World 7, we'll just have to see.
Yeah. We got LK in 6-4. He did a bit of a wait strat there to get good fire bars in the middle section.
I wondered about that. I missed it.
Yeah, looks like, okay, Mr. Cab's foregoing the power up, so he's going to remain small for a bit. Does get bad fire bars though. Oof. Close call.
Yeah, that was very close.
Yeah, you just gotta wait for Bowser a little bit, and now we can see the bridge collapse. So this is why we want to have a big Fire Mario for this run. It's just to avoid the bridge collapse animation, as well as Bowser falling into the lava. That's roughly a 2.5 second loss. But Mr. Cab handled it really well.
Yeah, he did.
Proud of the power-up. I like that.
LK going into the water.
All right. Mr. Cab should be able to get fire here. Ooh, oh, he breaks all the blocks, so he's not able to get it.
Oh my goodness. I feel for him.
Oh man. That's okay though.
Alright, so 7-2. We have a very unruly, temperamental bloop at the end of this level. Sometimes you don't get him, sometimes you do. But he can be a royal pain.
I totally agree with that. I mean, a lot of us dealt with that bad blooper at the end.
All right, LK's in good shape, Sonic.
All right, he made it through just fine. See how Mr. Cab handles it, since he doesn't have fire with him right now.
You want to talk about the small Mario hitbox, Sonic?
Okay, so when you're in the water, if you duck on the ground and then you start swimming, it'll actually cut Mario's hitbox in half. But the only thing that you cannot do is, like, if you're Fire Mario, you cannot shoot fireballs. However, you have the luxury of avoiding many enemies without his head actually touching. It's like his hitbox is actually around his waist area. So it's a really nice strat to have, especially when you're Big Mario.
It's really handy.
We will probably see that in 8-4.
Probably so. I almost always try to use it if I'm big.
Yeah. All right, let's see what Mr. Cab's gonna do. Is he gonna power up in 7-3? Yes, he is.
The hardest part for the power up in 7-3 I've found is you almost always get fireworks, so I forget to wait at the flagpole. Hopefully he is mindful of that.
Yeah, he should be able to avoid that. Let's find out.
He's good.
Oh, yeah. And LK gets through 7-4.
This is still a pretty close race, Sonic.
Yeah, it's like roughly a stage apart right now. LK's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, he is. It's not at the point where a wall jump in 8-4 will make or break it yet, but it's still pretty close.
Ooh, Mr. Cab had a little bit of trouble, but thankfully he did not loot the castle. That can be a pretty scary situation. But he's out of there.
On to World 8 for Mr. Cab.
This is it, folks. The final world for both runners. We're gonna see what happens here.
I don't know about you, but 8-2 may be one of the more challenging levels for me personally.
Yeah, I agree with that. There was a lot of factors in 8-2 that can go wrong. So let's hope neither of these runners have to deal with that.
Looks like LK cleared the beginning jump. That can be kind of tricky.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Mr. Cab. The hitboxes, man.
I know.
Oh, looks like LK was going for the BBBB strat.
I was just about to say the Xerox BBBB.
Shout out to Xerox Fiend for that strat.
So if you brush up against the those two pipes and you do it the way the master showed us how to do it, Xerox himself, you can always bounce off that Koopa and usually get between like a 40 or a 39 on the clock and safely make it to the end of 8-2.
All right, Mr. Cap opting to grabbing the mushroom in 8-2. Good call on that, because 8-3 can be kind of hairy.
Yeah. All right,
here we go. We got a match point for LK here. I'm thinking tennis terms right now. All right, so 8-4, the infamous level.
No doubt.
So we're going to see a 2-frame setup here from LK for wall jump.
See if he gets it. And he got it.
Gets it. Nice.
Mr. Cab recovering fire here in 8-3.
Ooh, that's a nearly perfect turnaround room from LK.
Yeah, that was solid.
And there we see the duck swim. Now he has his half hitbox. He cannot shoot fire, which he really doesn't need to. Let's see him go up top here. Ooh.
Oh.
Uh-oh. That's okay. He's still fine. And we're gonna see him grab the axe. Gets hit by Bowser, but it's no problem. Gets a 1924 and official SRL time of 1931. Get your GGs out for LK 431 on the victory. Very nicely done.
That solid finish for LK. 1925. That's going to be a tough time to beat right there, folks.
Mr. Cab, unfortunately, not getting the wall jump here, but he can still finish this race. He's gonna opt to go the intended route.
I've seen a few people go that route, and it actually makes sense if you want to avoid the cheap.
Right.
I haven't tried it yet, but that does make sense from that angle.
Yeah, Mr. Cab had some evil bloopers there.
Oh yeah.
Alright, here we go. Final room.
Oh,
And he decides to shoot down Bowser himself and finish
taking him out.
2021. Oh yeah. And with the official SRL time of 2027, get your GGs out for Mr. Cab as well. Very good race by both gentlemen.
Yeah, excellent. GGs to Mr. Cab and LK. That was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah. Very fun race to watch. I think it was deathless too.
Yeah, it was. I mean, there was some power-up recovery, but yeah, that was pretty solid.
Very good run from both. All right, I believe, let's see if we can get either of these guys for an interview. All right, looks like we are joined by Mr. Cab. GG to you, sir.
GG, Mr. Cab.
Thank you.
All right, so tell us about your run overall, like what you didn't like about it.
I should not have stopped in 1-4. I'm used to the 6-4 fire bar pattern. At least I was expecting to have to stop there, and that's where we first got desynced. Where did I get hit? It was 6-2. I hate 6-2. It's an awful level. Next question. I'm surprised. I'm shocked that I got out of 7-1 with the mushroom. I'm sad I broke both bricks and didn't have fire in 7-2. I'm sadder still I didn't get the bullet bill glitch in 7-1 because I had the bullets down there and I was thinking, ooh, that'd be fun. And I don't know what's up with that Goomba in 8-1. I think that about covers it.
I feel like you had some really good recoveries, though. Like, even when you had an issue losing power up, I felt like your recovery was pretty smooth for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, you have to remember, I'm an old man in my 30s with a kid now, so I've been playing this game for a very long time. So I feel like I can improvise almost anything out of this game at this point.
Yeah, you did well.
I just don't have, like, the speed skill that LK and the other greats have.
Yeah, you still had a very good race against LK.
I'm just here to keep him honest.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, that was still great to watch. I mean, we appreciate you for the race, and of course, thank you for LK for joining as well.
Thank you, LK.
I don't think he'll be joining for an interview, but really appreciate both of you guys. And we're gonna check the bracket really quick. Actually, Goofy, do you have that open?
Just to what Flex is saying there in chat. First of all, Flex, thank you so much for reminding me of that like pseudo soft lock from last year. What are you doing out there? But yeah, the 4-4. I've been getting 4-4 fire kills like consistently like that this week, and I'm also scared that I'm doing that consistently.
Consistency is key.
So it looks like the race finished LK 1931 and Mr. Cab with a 2027 for SRL time. So well done, both of you guys. No, I don't have it pulled open though, Sonic, to answer your question.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that open.
All right,
too.
so I've got the bracket open at this point. LK is going to move on to play the winner. Let me refresh this to make sure, because it's ZZZPC and Barnowl are opposite us in the bracket.
Okay.
I don't think they've raced yet.
Mm-hmm.
So we are matches 12 and 13. Oh, okay. No. I get Infinite Mystery next, actually.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
Yeah, that'll be a fun race.
Infinite Mystery is such a trooper. What a legend.
Infinite is the legend. He is the most chill dude on Twitch. If you are not following Infinite Mystery, follow Infinite Mystery. I'm plugging people not even involved in this race. But yeah, Infinite plays all of the things. Follow Infinite. Follow me. Follow LK. Follow Supersonic. We're going with follow Goofy Chocobo?
Yes, we are.
We've never met.
Why
Hi,
not?
I'm Mr. Cab.
Nice to meet you, man. No, you're right. It's a great community, and Mystery's really laid back. In fact, most of the people you interact with in this community are really laid back, and it's just awesome to be a part of it.
Word.
Yeah,
And then the winner of our match plays the loser of the Barn Owl match.
Aha. Very good. All right. Well, let's see what we got going on in speed gaming tonight. Let's see. Looks like currently on... Trying to get this open here. I should have been a little more prepared for this, but... oh, well, I was really into the race, though.
I'm glad I kept it interesting.
Yeah, both of you guys did. I mean,
Heck yeah.
LK beat my PB, and I'm like I said, I was just I'm here for fun. I'm here for the community. It's always fun to make these brackets huge.
Listen, when I'm watching these races, I'm sitting down, but it makes me want to get up out of my seat sometimes and just jump up at certain moments, man. It's exciting.
So when this when these brackets were being formed up at first, I saw that the organizers had the times next to the seeds too, so they can make it easier to figure out who should be seated where. But
yeah.
We got what 36 people in here.
36 people.
36.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think I'm seated 23rd with a mid-19 PB in this game. That's insane. I love this. This community's exploded, and I love it.
Yeah, very nicely done on that for sure.
Yeah, every year whenever the tournament rolls around, people really hammer away at the PBs. They put the time in to grind. It's incredible.
All right, so looks like on this channel, and in about, let's see, roughly half hour from now, there will be a Super Metroid Weekly Race randomizer. I think that's all they got scheduled for today. So
cool. And looks like our next race is going to be, as far as SMB Warpless goes, Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern with GT Ace and the Elder Sport. Let's go.
That's going to be a good one. We got the former world record holder, and then we got Elder Sport, who's an up-and-coming NES SMB1 runner. So he's been improving greatly ever since the tournament was announced. So it's really cool to see him on this card.
Yeah, Spork's been killing it. He's just a terrific personality, and that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's right. And then also we got coming up in the schedule is at 10:30 p.m. Eastern on the same day, we got Xerox Fiend and Dodge Master Dooley.
The Dodge Master himself.
Yeah, so those are the next couple races we can expect seeing on Monday, since we got no races scheduled for tomorrow. But with that being said, I think that's going to do it for us tonight. Also, again, Mr. Cap, thank you for joining us again, sir, and GG as well.
Thank you for commentating, and shout outs to the good folks at Speed Gaming for, the channel, the tech, the people doing the restreams, all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, shout outs to tech, definitely. And of course, thank you, Goofy Jokobo, for joining me on commentary tonight. We got the red and green bros together.
Heck yeah, man. The dynamic duo. Thank you as well, Sonic. I enjoyed it.
All right. And with that being said, my name is Supersonic71087. Thank you for watching, everyone. And we hope you all have a great rest of your weekend.
Night, everybody.